Putting in that work. Keep putting in that work. You know why? You were almost there. You were almost.
I left corporate America and started a company that did $6 million in revenue a year by making one mindset shift. Let me tell you about it. Hey, I'm Allison, and I teach people how to make a lot of money from their creativity. That sounds cool to you? Give me a follow. When I left corporate America, I was a single mom with 2 kids going to a very expensive private school in Chicago. In my company job, I was making just over $100,000 a year, and I was probably spending about 20% of that on my kids' education. I was a senior vice president at a global ad agency, and my methodology for winning new business had brought in at least $1 million in profit to my company that year, and they didn't give me any of it. I think if they had, I may not have been so motivated to leave. But as it was, I started thinking about risk. What actually constitutes risk? All my friends were saying, you are nuts to go out on your own. You're a single mom. You have these 2 kids. They're at that expensive school. That is so risky. But then I started looking at the risk associated with staying put. And what I realized was that the men who ran the company that I was part of didn't treat women very well. They forced out very senior and successful and famous women. I don't really know why. My opinion is it's because they were threatened by her. But the reality is they didn't promote women. There were no women in the inner circle there. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, I am hitching my family's financial security to men that don't like women, and I am a woman. And then I realized that they had behaved in ways that I didn't think were fully ethical, or that really weren't in line with my values. And I thought, what's actually more risky? I mean, I made $1 million in profit off of my work and my intellectual capital for the company. Why couldn't I do that on my own? So not surprisingly, I quit. But I did negotiate a deal with them to be on retainer with them for 2 years, and that was just unbelievable to me. I'll tell you about that in another video. So the mindset shift is to really think about what constitutes risk. Is it staying or is it going?
Christians should have wealth. God gives us the ideas to obtain wealth. The word says that the blessing of the Lord makes a man rich, and he adds no sorrow. But the wealth is not for us to just go out and do what we want to do. The wealth is to build the kingdom. The wealth is to spread the gospel. The wealth is to ensure that churches are run, that missions are run, that people are knowing who Jesus Christ is, not just in our small town, not just in our state, but worldwide. Funding different missions and different visions that people have directly from God. And that's what we're supposed to use our wealth for. Maybe you're not on the platform to preach, but you're a very intelligent businessman or a very intelligent businesswoman, and you are paying your tithes and you are giving your offerings to fund the kingdom. That's what we need. And that's why God promises to give us wealth. And that's also why he tests us before allowing us to obtain it.